Pittsburgh Steelers former franchise quarterback Big Ben Roethlisberger passes the baton to now the future franchise quarterback Will Howard and details why he's the next guy up in Pittsburgh. But first, before I get more into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, Big Ben was our franchise quarterback for 20 seasons, and we all knew it. And ever since he retired, the Steelers have been looking for the next quarterback of the team. Someone to be that franchise guy that Big Ben was. Well, Big Ben, on his podcast, Football with Ben, detailed exactly why Will Howard is the next franchise guy. So, let's get into the quotes that Big Ben had to say about Will Howard being the next man up. So, here's his quotes. I am really excited about this Will Howard pick. The hey rookie call, he jumped in the pool with his family. You could see those tears coming down his face. To me, that just shows his love of the game. Not caring where you were getting drafted or what round you were getting drafted. I think that's exactly what you want. It looks like Will Howard loves the game of football. Tears down his eyes. I had said on the show that I wanted the Steelers to draft him. I think that he's big, he's physical. I think he's got something that shows me. You know, when he played at Oregon earlier in the season, he slid and basically lost on the game. I would love to get him on the show to talk about this, but he didn't let that keep him down. End quote. He then went on to say this. You draft him in the 6th round. It's like, okay, whatever. If he works out, great. If he doesn't, he's a 6th rounder. There's been some pretty good ones that have come in the late rounds. Tom Brady. And no, I'm not trying to say Will Howard is Tom Brady, but I like this pick. I like what he's going to bring. I can't wait to see him in person. I love to get him on the show. End quote. And then, Big Ben actually offered some advice for Will Howard as well. Here's that quote. He needs to understand, and I would tell him this, you don't have pressure. You're a 6th rounder. There's no pressure. He should go into this thing with a mentality of, I can play free. I have no pressure. He should come in here with the mindset of this is my job. I want to be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers for the next 15, 18, 20 years. That should be the mentality. Now, I hope and I would tell him to do it the right way. It'll naturally unfold itself if you're out here preparing yourself and you're not trying to undermine the starter and cut his legs out. All of a sudden, you're performing a little better in practice, and it's like, okay, now go ahead and now get your shot with the ones. End quote. So, Big Ben, he offers advice, basically saying do it the right way and don't try to undermine the starter and try to go after him. No, help him as much as you can. Be that person in practice that offers help to the quarterback one. And then when you get your opportunities, make the most of them. Show that you're better than the quarterback one, but don't try to just take his place right away. So, do it the right way. But he also says that Will Howard should be the quarterback for the next 15, 18, 20 years. And that's his mentality. He says he really likes the physical tools that he brings to the game and that he reminds him of himself. So, Big Ben, he basically gives tribute to Will Howard, saying he can be the next franchise guy, just like I was. So, at least we have some positive things being said about Will Howard. Once again, like he said, this is a 6th round pick, so you can't expect too much from him. I know many Steeler fans out there are seeing this pick and saying, hey, this is either going to be just another average quarterback. But there's some Steelers fans saying, hey, he's going to be the guy. We've seen it. He won a national championship, and he's led his team to victory before, and he'll do it again. So, he does not have pressure. He was a 6th round pick. He comes in behind Mason Rudolph right now, and if Mason Rudolph struggles, he's going to be given the nod. He's going to be given the football, and he can show what he could do. Now, if the Steelers bring in Aaron Rodgers, it's a different story. because then he will probably not play this entire rookie season because Aaron Rodgers would be the starter. And even if something happened with Aaron Rodgers, he gets injured or something, Mason Rudolph would be the starter. So he more than likely would not see the field, but he could learn under the quarterbacks. And he could do it the right way. Take all the advice, take all the learning experience you could get out of the guys in front of you. And when it comes time to show out and prove what you could do and put the work in. So Big Ben loves him, and Steelers Nation has loved him so far. Let's see what Will Howard could do on the football field as the season goes along. Like I said earlier in the video, ever since Big Ben retired, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have been looking for a quarterback, they just couldn't find one. They drafted Kenny Pickett, that didn't work out. Signed Mitchell Trubisky, didn't work out. Mason Rudolph was here, worked out a little bit, led them to the playoffs, got rid of him. He left in free agency to the Tennessee Titans. So the Steelers bring in Russell Wilson. The Steelers bring in Justin Fields. Those two work out for a little bit, but then it goes downhill. The Steelers look to bring back Justin Fields. He goes signs with a different team for more money. So the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback situation has been in a turmoil ever since Big Ben retired. And then now this offseason, the whole thing has been Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, bringing in the 42-year-old and seeing if he has one more year left in him and seeing if he could be the guy. But he's thinking about retirement, and he doesn't know if he wants to play anymore. So the Pittsburgh Steelers go and sign back Mason Rudolph, who had the little bit of success when he led them to the playoffs late in the season. So now he's the starter. They're still looking to sign Aaron Rodgers. And then the draft is happening. And the big thing is, hey, is Shedeur Sanders coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first round? Will he be the first round draft pick? Well, he slides all the way down to the 5th round, goes to the Cleveland Browns. The Steelers did not select him. Obviously, they didn't like the selection there, his attitude or whatever. So the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have a quarterback. And then you see all the memes on social media saying, hey, who's going to be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers? We don't have no one. Why aren't we selecting a quarterback if we don't have a quarterback? It doesn't make sense. And then Will Howard gets drafted in the 6th round. And the fans come together. And at first, they're just like, if we're drafting Will Howard in the 6th round, why wouldn't we just draft Shedeur Sanders in the 4th or the 5th round? It doesn't make sense. But then, when the fans start watching his highlights, start watching his film, they realize that he could make any throw on the football field, and that he is a champion, and he could lead his team to victory, and the fans come together, and they have some positive things to say about Will Howard. But just in general, this has been a whole thing. Revolving door at the quarterback spot since Big Ben retired, and hopefully now Big Ben passes the franchise quarterback nod to Will Howard in what he said, and hopefully it actually takes place. Because if it doesn't take place, the Steelers are still going to be circling around for a quarterback next draft, and then they're going to become one of these teams that need quarterback every single year because they can't find their guy. So hopefully Will Howard is that guy that Big Ben thinks that he is, and he becomes the franchise guy. You have to remember, Big Ben on his podcast, even before the draft, was saying that one of his favorite quarterbacks in this year's draft class was Will Howard. So he had a full belief in him before the draft. He gets drafted here, and he still has full belief. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because that's the end of this video. Do you believe Will Howard can be the Pittsburgh Steelers' next franchise quarterback? And what's your thoughts on Big Ben basically passing the baton to him, saying that he can and will be the guy? Do you think that's true? Do you think he'll just be another average 6th round quarterback who does nothing in the NFL? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And also, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis reports, everything surrounding this team. I've covered this offseason, the entire draft. Every new player we got is on the channel with their introduction. Every new player going forward that we get will be on the channel as well. I'm covering everything this offseason, and camp is around the corner, covering all that, rumors, news, everything. Stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe, and turn notifications for this channel so you never miss out. And until the next video, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.